What is up, my Nova Kingdom? It's Nova King back again, and today I'm back with a very this series that kind of is off and on, but I've never given up on it. Message of the day. It's very late right now, so I'm being quiet, or at least trying to be. It's very late tonight. It is almost 3:30 at night. As of this recording, I was just getting ready to watch some good old, oh god, there's Soski Boski over there on the TV, Full Metal Panic, just before I went to bed. And I just thought that it would be cool to come in with this video real quick and just talk about, just give you guys another topic, just, spread some, just me spreading some of my opinion on things, I guess. With this series, what I always strive with this series is just to inform people and maybe give people, I guess, more things to think about and things like that. The whole purpose of this series is just to try and help you guys as best as possible with living your lives, and just maybe things you think to think about that you maybe haven't already. Important things that we should all practice that sometimes we just don't. So this will be number 5. It'll be the 5th one, and it's been quite a while since the last one, and I felt really bad about that because I know some people do enjoy this series. And so I'm back with it again. And today, also this is gonna be the new setup, probably just looking at my room and my weeb stuff. But so let me know if this is okay for the new setting of of message of the day, rather than me outside in the dark, my driveway. But so basically, what I wanted to talk about today is the concept of, I know many of you probably heard, hey, you know what? If you focus too much on the future, you'll never enjoy the present. And while I am a firm believer of that myself, I think there are ways that we can balance that and also prepare ourselves and others for the future. Now, what I mean by this is that we can all live our lives, our daily lives, in the present, and that can affect greatly the future. Now, what I mean by this is how we decide to live our lives in the present, what kind of decisions you make in the here and now. Because whether you want to believe it or not, you probably influence somebody. Everybody. It's just how it is. Us, the older kids, the older adults, we always tend to find somebody that we influence. And it's our job as these older people that these kids are looking up to give them an example of a community to be proud of. Now, basically what I mean by that is, if we want to ensure that the children of tomorrow are running the world safely and make it a better place, we have to set that example in the way we live now. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy to think about, that if you just focus more on the present, you'll actually be impacting the future quite a bit. Honestly, what you do here and now will affect how the newer generation will see you and what they perceive as right and wrong, and what they can look up to and what they can be proud of. We want to create a community that those kids can be proud of and want to uphold. And so that requires us to take up the mantle and take some responsibility and live our lives as best as we can. So I think again, it's not something you'd really think about all that often in our day-to-day lives, but it's just something I want you to keep in mind, because, again, every decision we make can influence the people around us, especially, again, the younger generation that looks up to us. If we're doing shady stuff in our day-to-day lives, they're going to pick up on that, and they're going to carry that on into the new generation. We want to create, stability and show them how the world should be run, and focus on handing the future generation that, and focusing on preparing them for their adulthood and for when they'll have to do the same thing that we've done in teaching kids. We'll have to prepare them for that, and the best way we can do that is by showing them how lives are meant to be lived and how things are meant to be done and how people should act. And that is done in our day-to-day lives, in the decisions we make. So, I mean, I know it's hard to think about. I just kind of, I don't know, I was kind of thinking of topics I wanted to talk about. I have another one as well. But, this is definitely one that kind of caught my attention that I was thinking about, and it's pretty important. Oh, my brother's in the next room playing, probably going to play Fortnite. But yeah, that's kind of the big picture here, is just to remember to stay focused on the present and what you do and the decisions you make, because how we uphold ourselves now will really influence the next generation, how they look at us and how they look at the society and the community they're in, and whether they're going to be proud of that or not. You know, it's not just about ensuring them a future, it's about ensuring them a future that they can take pride in. And with that pride, they can strive for even more greatness than we can achieve in our own life. And that's how we create, and that's how greatness is created. It takes a long time sometimes. In the grand scheme of things, you know, if we want a community, a society to reach greatness, it's going to take a lot of generations to form that and to find that true definition of greatness. And the best thing we can do is not strive for it on our own, but prepare the next generation for them to find it. And if they can't, then they'll do the same thing until one day, I know we'll find it. But again, this all is very dependent on how we act right now and the decisions we make now. So I truly would urge everybody to just take more consideration in what you do tomorrow and the day after, the day after. Just be mindful of what you do and make sure you're making the right decision, because no matter where it is, somebody's watching and somebody's going to take influence from that. And it'll lead to how our world is run tomorrow. So it's pretty crazy, and it puts a lot of weight on our shoulders, and so we have to be able to step up and take that responsibility and just lead lives the way they should be led. Healthy and respectful and just filled with happiness. You know, that's how lives should be lived, and that's how the standard we should set for the children. So even me, I'm still a kid, I can still get influenced too, but I know that there's people that are younger than me. There's kids that are younger than me that I influence, and I'm trying to keep that more in mind, I guess, so that I can influence them in the right way. So I hope that you all do the same. Thanks guys so much for watching this video. Again, message of the day, usually pretty unedited. I thought about putting some music in this one, or just cuts here and there, but I think I like leaving it unedited. I like to just leave this as a series where it's just straight up, no editing, no cuts, no, just straight, just me talking to you, giving you my thoughts on how we should do things, and just things to keep in mind, I guess. So I like the series as it is. I think it's just me talking to you guys, and very unedited and very pure in a sense. So I think I'm just gonna it's really late and I just don't feel like editing, honestly. I just wanna watch my episode of Full Metal Panic and just go to bed.